Jerem, if you receive this transmission, I am in desperate need of reinforcements. Also, tell them all how to make a really awesome Star Wars style hologram in real life. It would be cool. It'd be really cool, actually.
Have you ever wanted to build your own hologram? That's what we're gonna do today. Just like that iconic scene in Star Wars where Princess Leia says, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi," we're gonna do it. You'll need some scrap trim boards. Your design is gonna be based on the sheet of plastic you can find. And so however big this is, that's how big your box is gonna be. Another thing that you're gonna base your box size off of is the size of your TV. Now fortunately, this TV is just about as wide as this sheet of plastic, so that's gonna work really well for us today. You can grab just a cheap monitor from a thrift store. It really doesn't matter at all. We're also gonna need some plywood. I've just got some scrap pieces here. Jake isn't with us today, but he did jump on his computer and make some really cool videos, so we're gonna tap into those. And you'll notice one thing he did is he put light on himself as the subject and then had a black background, and that's what you're gonna need. That black background is critical to these good hologram videos.
Once more, the Sith shall rule the galaxy.
We've got our sheet of plastic, and like I was saying, this is going to determine how big our box has to be. This thing is almost 44 inches, so I'm just going to use 43.5. This is going to be the hypotenuse of our triangle. We're going to set it up at a 45-degree angle, and then we're going to have this side and then this side. And so a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This is the c squared right here. So we're gonna go ahead and square 43.5, and then we're gonna do a little simple math, and we're gonna figure out what our other sides need to be. You want some black paint? I happen to have some. Make sure we get all sides so there's nothing left to reflect the light. I built this frame so that the TV could fit right inside of it and this could drop down into our hologram box. Let's go see if it fits. Nice, all right, let's fit the TV. Okay, we've got our frame built inside. Just slide our plastic sheet in there. There we go. So it drops off right here, and we want it to stay up here. So I'm just gonna grab some Gorilla Tape, clear off some of the dust from our saws, tape that to the top so it doesn't move. Get a piece just over half, and then rip it in half. There we go. All right, so I've got my tape on there. Use that to pull it up, just so that it's flush. Here's our other piece. Again, taping it just on the inside of this trim board here, so it can just latch right on. And now this will actually act like a hinge, so we can go to the bottom and lift up the plastic so we can reach under there if we ever need to adjust some of our materials inside. As a fun side project, I built this little device out of acrylic. It is literally just these acrylic sheets, and you can get on your phone and type in hologram video, and you can find all kinds of videos that just have a black background. If your image is in the center, you'll just put it off to the side and you will be able to see it cast right there, and it looks like a hologram again. Just looking for some stuff to put in our hologram box. I got Grant's old recorder here. I figured that should make an appearance. A couple of paper rockets from a previous video. I don't even know where we got this fan, but this looks cool. I'll take it. Piece of PVC, whatever. Oh, I remember what that is. That was our chamber to drop ping pong balls down in. Let's see, let's try this stuff. How about something flammable? Maybe a can of enamel. We should put the anvil in there. Oh. I love it. Put the box on top of this thing. Power on that side. I have this TV set to the second port here, so I'll just make sure I've got that ready to go. Perfect. Now you don't have to use a fancy studio light like this. The other day I was just using flashlights that I put on top. It worked great. I just like how this light diffuses. And this is why I needed the extra layers of black fabric, because this thing is so big, it's shining light down onto our plastic screen. It really doesn't take much light at all. You can see, I'm gonna take this all the way down to 1%, and that's gonna be enough. Oh, you know what? If your HDMI cable is plugged in, that's keys to success right there. We're gonna play some of these videos we prepared. Sweet, nice TKOR logo. That's what I want. Sweet. Okay, so it's up on our TV screen. Let's go full screen, get that off, and let's kick off the light and see what we got. Oh, it's catching a lot of light off the anvil face. It's kind of messing up the picture. So I don't quite like how the light is reflecting off the anvil face. So I'm just gonna tip it over, see if that looks better. This is very difficult from this angle. Woo! Got it. I don't know what this design is at all. But this is probably where they poured the molten metal to make the anvil. They pour them upside down like this. So this is a W2 tool steel plate, and then this as well, and then everything else is poured, and it's just cast iron. And these Fisher anvils don't ring at all, which is super nice. But I think that fan off to the side is not helping. So if we can move this, so it looks like it's slightly in front of the image and some of the other things are behind the image, then it really gives more of a 3D effect. Because the simple fact is it's still a 2D image back there, but because it's suspended in air, yeah, having pieces behind and in front are really gonna give that illusion of 3D. Another thing that you're gonna run into when you build these is you actually have two images reflected back there. One off the front of your plastic and then one off the back. And so it's gonna cause just a slight blurring effect. That's just kind of what you're dealing with. So the thinner the plastic you can use, the closer those images are gonna be together and the less blur you're gonna have. It's also really handy. I can actually reach in here and manipulate things inside the box if I want to. I've also got that opening in the back where our light is shining through, and I can manipulate through that direction as well. But it's really nice to be able to reach all these things, especially when you build one this big. So we can change out like the backgrounds inside our box just by adding a few props. I've got some greenish vines here that we're gonna drape all over the place. Hopefully we can make this look like a jungle setting. Have some fun with it.
Once more the Sith shall rule the galaxy. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You are my only hope. Jim, if you receive this transmission, I am in desperate need of reinforcements. Also, tell them all how to make a really awesome Star Wars style hologram in real life. It would be cool. It would be really cool, actually.
As you can see, I probably spent a little bit too much time in my hologram world, and now I need some help getting out. But before I get out, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let the random happen. All right, guys. Yeah, go ahead and get me out. No, don't shut off the computer. We also are gonna need some, whatever this crap is called. Yeah, thanks, all right. Cameraman to the rescue, thanks, Matt. Okay, now as a reminder, you're gonna wanna use a black background. Make sure that you are lit well if you're gonna create videos of yourself, and do that. It's upside down. It's gotta shine down, not up. How's that? Is that good? Okay.